So the league season for non-league clubs only finished 2 or 3 weeks ago, but there's been a lot of clubs already very active in the transfer market, bringing in a lot of new players. In this video, we're going to be summing up all of what's happened in the transfer market in the month of May. We're not going to be doing this in the same style as the transfer bonanzas that I used to do last season. This is going to be more to the point. We're going to just sum up the most important transfers, the most notable players that have been making moves, teams that have brought in a lot of players, and yeah, basically so that it isn't a ridiculously long video with millions and millions of different transfers in. If you'd rather see that, then let me know in the comment section down below, give me some feedback on that. But anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the players that have moved up to the Football League.
First one is Brendan Daniels. Fantastic set piece taker, scored a lot of free kicks for Alfreton last season. He's moved to his hometown club, Port Vale. Jimmy Ball, star in the midfield for Stockport County, moves on to Stevenage. Louis John, centre-back for Sutton United, he has left and gone up one league to Cambridge United. Andy Cook, Tranmere's top scorer as they gain promotion back to the Football League, he has left and moved up to League One to Dean Keats's Walsall. Lewis Dennis has signed for Portsmouth from Bromley. James Montgomery, young goalkeeper, has left Gateshead. Big relocation, that one, right down to Forest Green Rovers. Bruno Andrade, creative winger, he has left Boreham Wood and signed for Lincoln City. Luther Wilden has followed his manager Dino Mamria from Nuneaton to Stevenage. Mamria made the move there a few months before the end of the season. So two players, both wingers, have left Maidenhead United to go and sign for Football League clubs. The first one was Sam Barrett, who has signed for Southend United on an undisclosed fee. Harry Pritchard, 13 goals last season, he has signed for Blackpool. Michael Nottingham, one of the few defenders that is pretty reliable for getting 10 goals a season, he has left Salford City to go and sign for Blackpool. Elton Nguatala has left Kidderminster Harriers and signed for Dundee. And finally, another move up to Scotland, Jim Kellerman has left Aldershot Town and signed for St Mirren. Back into non-league and into the National League, and Salford City have definitely made their presence known so far. They've made no less than 5 signings already, and we haven't even got into June yet. The first and most notable one is Danny Whitehead, an important part of Macclesfield Town's midfield as they won the National League last season. He has moved to Salford City, and reports are saying that he's actually had his salary multiplied by 8. Don't know how true that is. Nathan Pond, after 15 years at Fleetwood, has left and signed for Salford. Chris Neal has followed him as well. He has joined the Ammies. Kieran Glynn, one of the star players for FC United Manchester, he has moved across Manchester to Salford. And Ashley Hemmings, one of the best players in the National League North last season that I saw anyway, he has left Boston and signed for Salford City, a fantastic player on the wing. Chesterfield, well, their press announcements are probably the best part about all of their signings. Martin Allen, the manager, he writes all their press releases for when they are signing players, and it's absolutely beautiful. My favourite one is when they signed Michael Nelson. He described him as very old, but they said that he is as fit as a butcher's dog. That's fantastic to write in a press release. Then Curtis Weston as well. His one quite simply says he is a champion. Also, they have signed Sean Jalal from Macclesfield. Good signing that, in my opinion. Kept a lot of clean sheets last season for the Silkmen. Sam Wedgbury, he has signed from Wrexham, and Will Evans has joined from Aldershot Town. Now, those two clubs, very active. 10 signings between them. They've certainly made their intentions clear from the start. Some of the teams that have made some signings: Neil Byrne has signed for Fylde, the captain of Gateshead. Luke Young has relocated from the south coast for Torquay all the way up to Wrexham. Callum Howe has signed for Harrogate Town from Port Vale. Finally, as part of our roundup in the National League, Miles Anderson has signed for Hartlepool from Chester. There's been a path that's been created from Gateshead to York City in the last month. No less than 3 players have made that move. First one, Jordan Burrow. Second one, Russ Penn. Third one, Wes York. 3 really good players that I think will do well in the National League North. Favourite one of those 3, definitely Wes York, signing for the club that has the same name as his surname. Fantastic. In addition to those, Tom Allen has re-signed for the club from Alfreton. Speaking of Alfreton, Billy Heath has taken over at the club, and apparently he's actually already made 11 signings, and they're just in the process of announcing all the different ones. 4 of them have been announced so far, and 3 of those players are players that he has managed before, and that's quite predictable. The most predictable one is Tom Denton, the giant, the tree up top, 6'7". He has signed from FC Halifax Town. Ross Durant has signed from North Ferriby. Craig King has come in from Gainsborough, and Tom Nicholson has followed Denton from Halifax. Stockport have made a few signings, the two most notable ones, Jordan Keane coming in from Boston United. He was the captain at Boston last season, so for Boston to lose their captain and Ashley Hemmings, one of their best players, they're going to have a bit of a rebuilding job on for next season. Frank Mulhern as well has signed for Stockport, spent the last part of last season on loan at Bradford Park Avenue. Good player from what I saw. He has signed on an undisclosed fee from Guiseley. Southport have signed quite a well-known centre-back from the National League. He's certainly quite recognisable. It is Ryan Astles. He's an absolute monster at the back, and he's one that strikers definitely don't want to come up against because he looks like the sort of player that will absolutely smash your face in. Another player who is just as tall, Liam Hughes. He joins Darlington from Billericay Town. Now into the National League South, and Wealdstone have been by far the most active club in any of the leagues that I've seen. They've brought in 12 players already, 12 new signings. Those signings included in them is Bradley Hudson-Odoi from Sutton United, defender Yado Mambo, who had retired due to injury, but Wealdstone have brought him back into the game. Great to see that. Slough Town's Matt Lynch and Oxford City's Freddie Grant have also joined. And then for me, the most impressive signing from the National League South is Jay Reason signing for Chelmsford City. I remember when he was at Eastleigh a couple of years ago, he was fantastic for them in the National League South and then took that up to the National League as well, so I think he could be a very good signing for them. A couple of other signings worth mentioning. Sean Marks has left Maidenhead to sign for a side newly promoted to the Bostik League. That is AFC Hornchurch. Definitely a coup for them. And also moving further up north, Darlington have lost one of their star players, Phil Turnbull, central midfielder. He has dropped down a league to sign for his hometown club, South Shields.
So you have it, that is it for this transfer roundup for May. The next one will obviously be at the end of June, covering everything that happens in June. I'm sure there'll be a lot more going on, so it will be a very exciting time to see who signs for who over the summer. If you want to stay up to date, remember to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything and turn on the notifications as well. But yeah, if you do this video, hit that like button and I hope to see you in the next video. And thanks for watching.